You made it through another day. And honestly, that's enough. That's more than enough. Right now, in this moment, you don't have to be productive. You don't have to optimize anything. You don't have to hustle or grind or prove your worth to anyone. The performance is over. The stage lights are off. And whoever you had to be today to survive in this world, that version of you can rest now. Because let's be real about what it takes to exist in this culture we've built. This grinding, relentless, always-on machine that tells you sleep is for the weak and rest is something you have to earn. You wake up to notifications. You fall asleep to the blue glow of a screen. And somewhere in between, you're supposed to be present, be excellent, be available, be everything to everyone, while somehow still taking care of yourself. It's exhausting, and it's okay to admit that it's exhausting. You've been running on fumes and coffee and the desperate hope that if you just push a little harder, things will finally click into place. But tonight, we're not pushing. Tonight, we're stopping. We're taking back this one small corner of the universe and declaring it off limits to the chaos. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn off the phone, not just silence it, not just flip it face down. We're going to power it down completely, and we're going to do it like the sacred ritual it is. Because that phone isn't just a device. It's a portal to every demand, every disaster, every piece of breaking news designed to keep you angry and afraid and engaged. It's the place where everyone else's urgency becomes your emergency. And tonight, you're closing that portal. Watch the screen go dark. Notice how the notifications stop mid-breath. Feel the weight of it become just an object against plastic and glass and circuits, set of the command center for your entire existence. This is your first act of rebellion against a world that demands you stay plugged in and burning out. You're allowed to be unreachable. You're allowed to disappear for 8 hours and let the world keep spinning without your input. And yes, there's a part of you panicking right now. That little voice saying someone might need you, something might happen, you might miss something important. But here's the truth, that voice doesn't want you to know. Whatever it is can wait. The crisis will still be there in the morning. The argument on social media will continue without you. Your absence from the digital arena for one night will not cause the collapse of civilization. You've been doom scrolling, haven't you? Feeding yourself tragedy and outrage and other people's carefully curated highlight reels until your soul feels clouded and heavy. You've been marinating in the anxiety of strangers, absorbing their fear like it's your own, letting the algorithm decide what you should worry about next. And all of it, every bit of that digital noise has taken up residence in your mind, cluttering up the space where peace is supposed to live. So let's do some housekeeping. Imagine your mind as a computer that's been running for way too long. You've got 47 browser tabs open. Half of them are frozen. Several are playing videos you didn't even click on. There are programs running in the background that you forgot you installed, quietly draining your battery, slowing everything down. Your mental RAM is maxed out. Your processing power is at a crawl, and you just keep opening more tabs, adding more tasks, bookmarking more things to worry about later. tonight, we're closing all of it. Every tab, every window, every background program that's been running since you were 12 years old and first learned that love is conditional and worth is something you have to prove. We're shutting it all down. We're clearing the cache. We're dumping the trash. We're running the cleanup protocol that you should have run weeks ago. Close the tab with tomorrow's presentation. Close the one with the bills you can't quite pay. Close the tab about your ex, the one about climate change, the 17 tabs about symptoms you Googled at 2 in the morning. Close the comparison game, the revenge fantasy, the imaginary argument you're winning in your head. Close it all, let it go dark. Trust that the information will be there if you actually need it. But right now, you don't need any of it. Right now, you need space. This bedroom is your sanctuary. Say it out loud if you need to. This bedroom is my sanctuary, not a second office. Not an extension of the workday. Not a place where you lie awake calculating how to hit your KPIs or meet your metrics or justify your existence through productivity. This space is off the grid. This space is sacred ground, and we're establishing new rules here. No performance reviews in this room, no quarterly goals, no self-improvement plans or optimization strategies or morning routines that start at 4:30 because some billionaire said that the secret. You are not a machine that needs upgrading. You're a human being who needs rest. And this bed is unto launching pad for tomorrow's hustle it, as a place where you allowed to stop. Look around this room, really look at it. These walls are your boundary, your fortress, your digital sanctuary in a world that's forgotten what boundaries even mean. Outside these walls, you can be whoever they need you to be, but in here, you're just you. Tired, imperfect, doing your best you. And that's not just acceptably, it's holy. Now let's talk about your breathing, because right now it's probably shallow and trapped high in your chest, where anxiety lives. Your nervous system has been stuck in fight or flight mode since you opened your eyes this morning. Maybe since before that, maybe for months. Your body's been treating every email, every deadline, every social interaction like a threat to your survival. And physiologically, it kind of has been, hasn't it? Because in this economy, in this culture, rest feels dangerous. Slowing down feels like falling behind. And your nervous system knows what happens to people who fall behind. But tonight, we're hacking the system. We're using the 4-7-8 breath to tell your body that the danger has passed. Here's how it works. Breathe in through your nose for a count of 4. Let the air fill your lungs slowly, deliberately. Hold that breath for 7 counts. Feel the pause, the stillness, the moment between effort and release. Then breathe out through your mouth for 8 counts, letting everything go. Do it now. 4 counts in, 7 counts held. 8 counts out, again. 4 in, 7, hold. 8 out. Feel how your body responds. Feel your shoulders start to drop. Feel your jaw unclench. Feel your heart rate slow down from its constant sprint. This is the shift. This is your nervous system finally getting the memo that you're safe, that the chase is over, that rest is not only allowed but necessary. You've been wearing a mask all day, haven't you? Your professional face. The one who smiles at the right times and nods in meetings and pretends everything is manageable. The face that hides the panic, the exhaustion, the quiet desperation of trying to hold it all together. You've been performing competence and confidence and capability for so long that you almost forgot it was a performance. Take off the mask, peel it away gently, carefully, and set it down. Notice how much effort it took to hold it in place. Notice the relief when it's gone. Your real face, the one with worry lines and tiredness and the truth of what you actually feeling, doesn't need to be hidden here. You don't owe anyone a brave face in your own bedroom. And while we're removing masks, let's talk about the costume you've been wearing underneath. The uniform of anxiety. You know, the one knits woven from tension and stitched together with cortisol and stress hormones. It's the tight feeling in your chest, the knot in your stomach, the constant hum of dread that plays in the background of everything you do. You've been wearing it so long, it feels like skin, but it's not. It's just something you put on because the world taught you that being constantly vigilant was the same thing as being safe. Tonight, we're changing clothes. We're taking off that uniform, piece by piece, and trading it for something softer, something that actually fits. The Robe of Peace isn't flashy. It doesn't come with badges or achievements or proof of your productivity. It's just comfortable. It's just yours. And it doesn't require you to do anything except exist. Before we go any deeper, we need to close some loops that are keeping your mind spinning. Those unfinished arguments. You know, the ones, the conversation from 3 days ago where you should have said this instead of that. And now you're mentally rewriting the script at 11 at night. The comment thread you dove into that turned toxic, and now you're composing the perfect comeback that will finally make them understand. The email you drafted in your head but never sent, addressed to the person who wronged you, 14 paragraphs of everything you wish you'd had the courage to say. All of it, let it go. Not because they were right and you were wrong. Not because your feelings don't matter. But because carrying these unfinished conversations is like leaving every app on your phone running at full brightness. It drains you. And the resolution you're looking for, the one where they finally see your point, where they apologize, where everyone realizes you were right all along, it's not coming tonight. Maybe it's not coming ever. And you can't let that keep you hostage. So here's what we do. We acknowledge that the argument happened. We honor that you have feelings about it. And then we close the file. We save it to a folder labeled "Not My Problem Anymore," and we let it go dark. The world doesn't need your rebuttal at midnight. Your nervous system doesn't need you to win every argument before you're allowed to sleep. Now let's invite something different into this space. Divine white noise. Not the literal kind, though, if that helps. Use it, but the spiritual kind. The frequency of peace that drowns out everything else. Imagine it filling the room like water, rising from the floor, surrounding you, creating a buffer between you and the chaos outside. This sound has no opinions. It carries no news. It doesn't ask anything of you. It just is. And in its presence, all the other noise, the demands, the notifications, the mental chatter starts to fade. This white noise is the sound of a universe that existed before anxiety, before capitalism, before anyone told you that your value was tied to your output. It's the hum of the divine, steady and constant, and completely unimpressed with your to-do list. Let it wash over you. Let it recalibrate your frequency from panic to peace. And while we're here, let's establish a boundary that should have been set a long time ago. Tonight, you belong to rest, not to work. Say it again. Tonight, I belong to rest, not to work, not to productivity, not to improve, not to prove myself, or hustling, or getting ahead. Tonight, my only job is to sleep, and I'm giving myself permission to do it without guilt. Because the guilt is real, isn't it? The feeling that rest is something you have to earn, that you haven't done enough yet to deserve it, that somewhere someone more disciplined is still grinding and you're falling behind just by closing your eyes. But that's a lie sold to you by people who profit from your exhaustion. Rest isn't a reward for productivity. It's a biological necessity. It's a human right. And you don't have to justify it to anyone, including yourself. We need to filter out some frequencies before you can truly settle. The negative ones. The electromagnetic noise from every device within 100 yards. The opinions of strangers on the internet who have decided they know what's best for your life. The judgment, the criticism, the endless stream of think pieces telling you what you should be doing differently. All of it operates on a frequency that disrupts your peace, and we're blocking it now. Imagine flipping a switch that cuts off access to all of that. The router to the outside world goes dark. The connection to public opinion severs. The live stream of everyone else's expectations buffers endlessly and then times out. What's left is just you and the quiet and the truth that's been buried under all that noise. You okay right now, exactly as you are. You're okay. Let's reframe something that might be bothering you. The darkness. You turned off the lights, and maybe there's a part of you that's still a little uneasy about it. We're conditioned to fear the dark, to see it as something threatening, something where bad things hide. But what if darkness isn't the enemy? What if it's actually God's protective shadow, the blanket pulled over a world that's too bright, too loud, too demanding? What if the dark is where healing happens, where your cells regenerate, where your mind finally gets to process everything it couldn't during the day? The darkness isn't trying to scare you, it's trying to hold you. It's the original sanctuary, the place where everything rests before it's reborn. Seeds grow in darkness. Babies grow in darkness. You're allowed to trust it. You were allowed to stop fighting it and let it do what it's designed to do. Give you cover while you recover. Here's another truth you need to hear. The world will continue to spin without your constant control. I know you don't want to believe it. I know you've built your entire sense of security around the idea that if you just stay vigilant enough, manage enough variables, control enough outcomes, you can keep everything from falling apart. But it's exhausting, and it's not working. Because the truth is, most of what happens is out of your hands anyway. The sun will rise tomorrow, whether you worry about it or not. Your co-workers will handle the project. Your family will survive your absence from the group chat. The world is much bigger and much more resilient than your anxiety gives it credit for. And your job tonight is not to keep it all running. Your job tonight is to let go of the wheel and trust that the universe knows how to drive. So let's do a spiritual body scan. We're going to move through every part of you and give it permission to let go. Start with your face. Feel the tension in your forehead, the tightness around your eyes, the way your jaw has been clenched for so long it aches. Relax it. Let your face go soft. Let the muscles release. Let your expression become neutral and peaceful. Move to your shoulders. You've been carrying the weight of everything up there, haven't you? Holding it all up, bracing for impact, ready for the next crisis. Drop it. Let your shoulders fall. Feel the weight slide off your back and disappear into the mattress below you. Your chest, your heart has been racing, your lungs have been shallow. Let your rib cage expand. Let your heart slow to its resting rhythm. You don't need to be ready for anything right now. You don't need to be alert. You can be soft. You can be vulnerable. You're safe here. Your arms, let them go heavy. You don't need to hold on to anything right now. You don't need to grip or grasp or cling. Let your hands unfold. Let your fingers relax. Let your arms become dead weight on either side of you. There's nothing you need to hold together tonight. Your stomach, this is where you've been storing the anxiety, isn't it? The pit, the knot, the constant churning that tells you something's wrong even when everything's fine. Place your attention there and breathe into it. Soften it. Let the tension uncoil. Your stomach doesn't need to be ready for bad news. It can just be a stomach again. Your legs, they've been ready to run all day. Ready to chase the next thing, escape the last thing. Keep you moving because stopping feels dangerous. But you're not running anymore. Let your legs get heavy. Let them sink into the bed. Feel how tired they actually are. They've earned this rest. Let them take it, your feet. The foundation that's been holding you upright through everything. They're allowed to stop now. Let them relax completely. Let every toe, every muscle, every nerve in your feet know that their work is done for today. Feel your whole body now, heavy and still and completely supported. You're not holding yourself up anymore. The bed is doing that. Gravity is doing that. The universe is doing that. Your only job is to surrender every muscle to absolute relaxation and trust that you won't dissolve into nothing if you stop trying so hard to hold it all together. Now we need to go deeper, because the physical tension is only part of what's keeping you awake. There's another layer, the emotional bacteria that's been breeding in your subconscious, fed by every scroll through Instagram, every comparison you made, every highlight reel that made your real life feel inadequate. Let's be honest about what social media has done to your peace of mind. You've been infected with envy, and it's spreading through your thoughts like a virus. You see their vacation photos, and suddenly your apartment feels too small. You see their promotion announcement, and suddenly your career feels stagnant. You see their relationship posts, and suddenly your own life feels lonely, even when you're surrounded by people who love you. You see their filtered, edited, carefully curated moments, and you compare them to your unfiltered, unedited, painfully real existence, and you always come up short. But here's what you're not seeing: the credit card debt funding that vacation, the panic attacks behind that promotion, the fight they had 20 minutes before that perfect couple photos, the emptiness they feel despite having everything you think you want. Social media is a highlight reel being compared to your behind-the-scenes footage, and that's not a fair fight. It was never designed to be fair. It was designed to keep you feeling inadequate, so you keep coming back, keep scrolling, keep feeding the algorithm with your attention and your anxiety. Tonight, we're disinfecting. We're killing off the bacteria of comparison. We're re-recognizing that envy isn't about what they have. It's about the story you retelling yourself about what you lack. And that story, it's fiction. It's a narrative written by advertisers and influencers, and a culture that profits from your dissatisfaction. We're deleting it. We're overwriting it with the truth. Your life, exactly as it is right now, is enough. You are enough. And no amount of scrolling will ever make you feel that way if you do unchoose to believe it. Let's talk about FOMO. The fear of missing out that keeps you checking your phone at red lights, refreshing feeds at midnight, staying plugged into every party, every event, every conversation you're not part of. You're terrified that somewhere, something amazing is happening without you. And if you're not there, or at least aware of it, you're somehow losing. You're falling behind. You're becoming irrelevant. But here's the cure for FOMO: present contentment. Being so fully here, in this moment, in this bed, in this life you're actually living, that the phantom life you might be missing becomes irrelevant. The party will happen, the trend will pass, the viral moment will come and go, and your absence from all of it will not diminish your worth or your joy unless you let it. You're not missing out by resting. You're not falling behind by sleeping. You're not losing relevance by being unavailable. You're redoing the most radical thing you can do in a culture addicted to constant presence. You're re-choosing to be fully where you are instead of half present everywhere else. Now, let's dig into the scripts. The ones that play on repeat in your head, narrated by voices that aren't even yours. Your father's voice telling you you'll never amount to anything. Your mother's voice saying you're too sensitive, too much, not enough. Your first boss who made you feel small. The teacher who said you weren't smart enough. The ex who said you weren't worth staying for. The friend who betrayed you and rewrote the story to make you the villain. These scripts are running in the background of your mind, shaping every decision, coloring every self-perception, limiting every dream before you even dare to dream it. And they're lies. They were always lies. They were projections of someone else's pain, someone else's limitations, someone else's inability to see you clearly. But you've been carrying them like they're gospel truth, letting them define you, letting them decide what you're capable of. We're erasing them tonight. Every line, every word, every toxic message that was never yours to carry. We're taking a divine eraser to the recording and replacing it with silence. And then, if you want, we can record something new, something true, something kind. But first, we have to delete the poison. Think about the passive-aggressive wounds you're still carrying. The professional slights cut deeper than they should have. The co-worker who took credit for your idea. The manager who undermined you in front of the team. The colleague who smiled in your face and sabotaged you behind your back. The performance review felt personal. The promotion went to someone less qualified because they knew how to play the game better. Corporate culture thrives on these small violences. Death by 1,000 paper cuts, all delivered with a smile and a "per my last email." And you've been absorbing it, internalizing it, letting it shape your sense of worth and your ability to trust. But those wounds, they're not your identity. They read just proof that you've been trying to find humanity in systems that were never designed to be human. Let them heal, not because the people who hurt you deserve forgiveness, but because you deserve peace. You deserve to stop replaying the moments, stop crafting the perfect comebacks, stop letting their toxicity rent space in your mind for free. The healing doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just means it doesn't get to define what happens next. And let S address the fear that S probably keeping you up more than anything else right now. The fear of being cancelled, of saying the wrong thing, posting the wrong opinion, being misunderstood or misrepresented, and having the digital mob descend on you with pitchforks and screenshots. You're walking on eggshells in your own life, terrified that one mistake will destroy everything you've built. But here's the truth. You are not the worst thing you've ever said. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not defined by the least charitable interpretation of your intentions. You're a complex, evolving human being trying to figure it out in real time, and that's allowed. Grace exists. Growth exists. Redemption exists. And anyone who refuses to allow for those things is operating from their own wound, not from wisdom. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You don't need to be flawless to be worthy of rest. You can make mistakes and still deserve compassion. You can be wrong and still be valuable. And you can go to sleep tonight knowing that your worth is not determined by public opinion or social media algorithms or the court of people who don't even know you. Let's talk about the emptiness. The one you don't mention because it sounds ungrateful. You've achieved things. You've checked boxes. You've climbed ladders and earned titles and accumulated stuff. By every external metric, you should feel successful. But underneath it all, there's this hollowness. This sense that you're running on a treadmill, getting nowhere, chasing a version of success that keeps moving further away the closer you get to it. That emptiness isn't a personal failure. It's a design flaw in the system. Modern material success was never meant to fill you. It was meant to keep you hungry, keep you consuming, keep you working. But your soul knows the difference between achievement and fulfillment. And right now, it's starving. Tonight, we're acknowledging that emptiness. We're not filling it with more stuff or more achievements or more distractions. We're letting it be empty for a moment so something real can finally grow there. And we're handing your unfinished dreams to God, not to abandon them, but to let them be nurtured while you sleep. The dreams you've been white-knuckling, trying to force into existence through sheer willpower. The goals you've been struggling with anxiety, the creative projects you've been too afraid to start or too exhausted to finish. Give them over. Let them rest in hands bigger than yours. Trust that while you sleep, while you stop trying to control every outcome, the universe can actually do its work. Seeds don't grow because you stare at them. They grow in the dark, underground, while you're paying attention to something else. Your dreams work the same way. Sometimes the best thing you can do for them is stop obsessing and start resting. And while we're loosening your grip on things, let's talk about the way you punish yourself for small mistakes. The way one tiny error can spiral into a full-blown shame session in your head. You sent an email with a typo, and now you're convinced everyone thinks you're incompetent. You said something awkward in a conversation 3 days ago, and you've replayed it 500 times, each replay making you cringe harder. You forgot an appointment, missed a deadline by 5 minutes, burned the dinner, said the wrong name, laughed at the wrong moment. Now you're treating yourself like you've committed an unforgivable sin. This needs to stop. Not eventually, tonight. You're allowed to be human. You're allowed to make mistakes without turning them into evidence of your fundamental unworthiness. Perfection is not the standard you need to meet to deserve rest or love or basic self-compassion. Perfection isn't even real. It's just a weapon people use to keep you small and scared and working twice as hard for half the peace. Break the habit. Notice when you start the shame spiral and interrupt it. Talk to yourself the way you'd talk to someone you love who made the same mistake. With kindness, with perspective, with the understanding that one error doesn't define an entire person. You'd give them grace. Give yourself the same. Let's invite light into the corners where self-doubt lives, the places where imposter syndrome has set up camp and convinced you that you're faking it. That any day now, everyone will realize you don't belong, that your success is an accident and your failures are proof of who you really are. That voice is so convincing. It sounds so reasonable. It has receipts and evidence and a whole case built against you. But it's a liar. Imposter syndrome isn't humility. It's not a realistic self-assessment. It's just fear wearing a disguise of wisdom. And it's kept you playing small, staying quiet, not taking up space you've actually earned. The truth is, you belong everywhere you are. You've worked for what you have. Your presence is not an accident. And the people who believe in you aren't idiots. They see something real. Tonight, we're shining light into those dark corners. Not to fight the darkness or shame it for existing, but to see it clearly, to recognize it as fear, not fact, and to gently, firmly tell it that it doesn't get to make decisions for you anymore. You're allowed to believe in yourself even when you're scared. You're allowed to take up space even when you feel unqualified. You're allowed to rest even when you have unproven yourself to some impossible standard that keeps moving every time you get close. Here's the core truth you need to absorb into your bones. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You don't need to earn your worth. You don't need to justify your existence with achievements or productivity or becoming someone else's version of successful. You are worthy of rest right now, exactly as you are, with all your flaws and fears and unfinished business. The love you're looking for, the acceptance, the peace, the sense of being enough, it's not waiting for you at the end of some self-improvement journey. It's available right now, in this moment, if you'll just stop running long enough to receive it. Now we need to talk about money, because I know it's one of the main things keeping you awake at night. And we couldn't have real peace until we address the financial anxiety that has been eating at you. Let's start with the credit card debt. The balance that keeps growing despite your best efforts. The interest that compounds while you sleep, turning manageable into impossible. The shame you feel every time you swipe the card because you know you shouldn't, but you don't have another option. The juggling act of which bill to pay first, which one can wait, which company will be the most forgiving when you're late again. Tonight, we're surrendering it, not ignoring it, not pretending it doesn't exist, but taking it out of your hands and placing it in God's, because you've been trying to solve this alone, and the weight of it is crushing you. You lie awake doing math that doesn't work, trying to stretch dollars that won't stretch, wondering how you're supposed to get ahead when you're drowning, just trying to stay afloat. The debt is real. The struggle is real. But your worth is not tied to your credit card balance. Your value as a human being is not measured by what you owe. And the provision you need, it's coming. Maybe not in the way you expect. Maybe not on your timeline, but it's coming. Trust that while you sleep, doors are opening, opportunities are aligning, resources are moving toward you that you can't even see yet. And the student loans, the ones that were supposed to be an investment in your future, but feel more like a life sentence. The degree you got because everyone said you had to. The debt you signed up for when you were too young to understand what $40,000 actually meant. The monthly payment that takes a chunk of every paycheck for the next 20 years. You did what you were supposed to do. You played by the rules. And now you're paying for a system that promised opportunity and delivered debt. Release it. Give it over. Not the responsibility of paying it to handle that, but the anxiety of carrying it emotionally. It doesn't get to steal your peace anymore. It doesn't get to make you feel like a failure. You're not failing. You're surviving a rigged game with grace and grit, and that's actually incredible. Place your credit score under God's protection. I know that feels weird, praying over a 3-digit number that somehow determines your ability to rent an apartment or buy a car, or be seen as trustworthy by a society that equates financial history with moral character. But that number has power over your life right now, and we're asking for it to be protected and restored, for late payments to be forgiven, for errors to be corrected, for your financial reputation to reflect your effort, not just your circumstances, your family's wealth, your children's future, the legacy you want to leave but aren't sure you'll be able to build. The generational poverty you're trying to break, or the generational wealth you're terrified of losing. Whatever your starting point, wherever you are on the economic spectrum, there's anxiety there. Fear that you won't be able to provide. Fear that you'll let people down. Fear that the economy will shift and everything you've built will disappear. Place it in hands bigger than yours. Trust that provision isn't just about your hustle, that abundance isn't only about your efforts, that there's a divine economy operating alongside the one you see, and it doesn't follow the same rules of scarcity and competition. In that economy, there's always enough. In that economy, your needs are met. In that economy, rest isn't a luxurious, a prerequisite for receiving. Let's banish the fear of layoffs, of being replaced, of becoming obsolete, of AI taking your job or younger workers outpacing you or the company restructuring you right out of employment. You've seen it happen to others. You know how fast security can disappear. You know that loyalty does unprotect you and experience does unguarantee anything. An essential employee is just a phrase they use until you re-not. That fear is real. The economic landscape is brutal. But living in constant terror of it doesn't protect you. It just drains you. Tonight, we're choosing to trust that if doors close, new ones will open, that your skills have value beyond your current job, that your creativity and resilience and ability to adapt will carry you through whatever changes come. You are not your job title. You are not your company's organizational chart. You're a capable human being who has survived every hard thing so far, and you'll survive whatever comes next. Trust that creative revenue streams will be revealed in the rest, that the side hustle, the passion project, the business idea that's been simmering in the back of your mind, it needs space to breathe. And that space only comes when you stop grinding long enough to hear your own intuition. Some of the best ideas come in the shower, in dreams, in the quiet moments when you're not trying to force anything. Tonight is one of those moments. Stay open, stay receptive. Trust that while you rest, solutions are forming. Release the anxiety about inflation, about rent going up and groceries costing more and gas prices and healthcare and every single expense that keeps climbing while your paycheck stays the same. You can't control the economy. You can't personally fix the cost of living crisis, but you can control how much power you give it over your peace tonight. The money will come. The bills will get paid. Maybe not easily, maybe not how you planned, but you've made it this far, haven't you? You've figured it out before. You'll figure it out again. And in the meantime, you're allowed to sleep without doing financial gymnastics in your head. Here's something you need to hear. Your worth and your income are not the same thing. The culture ties them together deliberately, makes you think that what you earn is what you're worth, that your salary is your scorecard, that net worth equals self-worth. But that's just capitalism trying to keep you desperate and willing to trade your life for a paycheck. Your value is inherent. It existed before you ever earned $1, and it will exist if you never earn another one. You are not more valuable when you're productive and less valuable when you're resting. You are not a better person when you're remaking money and a worse person when you're re-struggling. You're just a person, and that's enough. Let's replace the scarcity mindset with kingdom abundance. Because scarcity is a lie you've been taught so thoroughly. you think it's the truth. The lie that there's not enough money, not enough time, not enough success to go around. The lie that if someone else wins, you lose. That if they have more, you must have less. The pie is fixed, and you'd better grab your slice before it's gone. But abundance, real, divine abundance, separates differently. It says there's enough for everyone. It says someone else's success doesn't diminish your own. It says the universe is generous, not stingy. It says provision flows when you're open to receive it, not when you're clenched tight with fear, trying to hoard what little you have. Tonight, we're opening your hands, unclenching your fists, releasing the death grip on control and scarcity, and the belief that you have to fight for every scrap. We're inviting flow. We're inviting provision. We're inviting the kind of abundance that shows up in unexpected ways, not because you hustled harder, but because you finally got out of your own way. Prepare yourself for divine connections, for the conversation tomorrow that leads somewhere unexpected, for the email that arrives out of nowhere, for the person you meet who knows someone who needs exactly what you offer, for the opportunity that presents itself when you're not even looking. Career breakthroughs don't always come from grinding. Sometimes they come from rest, from being present, from being open to possibilities you didn't even know existed. Let the success pressure melt away. The timeline you set for yourself at 22 says where you should be by now. The comparison to peers who seem further ahead, the fear that you're running out of time, that your window is closing, that if you don't make it happen now, it never will. That pressure is suffocating you, and it's built on assumptions that might not even be true. Your timeline is your own. Your path is your own. Your version of success doesn't have to look like anyone else's, and rushing yourself into burnout doesn't actually get you there faster. It just ensures you arrive depleted, if you arrive at all. Believe that every need is already approved in heaven, that the provision exists before you even see it, that the answer is yes before you finish asking the question, that you not begging a stingy universe to throw you scraps, you receiving from a source that S already decided you worthy of abundance. The delay you're experiencing isn't a denial, it's just timing. It's just the gap between the promise and the manifestation, but the approval has already been granted. Sleep on that. Let your subconscious absorb it. Let your nervous system believe it. Let your whole being rest in the knowing that you're taken care of, even when you can't see how yet. Now let's talk about the people, the relationships that drain you, the dynamics that exhaust you, the emotional labor you're doing for everyone except yourself. First, we need to install a spiritual filter, because right now you're absorbing other people's toxic energy like a sponge. You walk into a room and immediately take on everyone's mood. Someone's anxious, and suddenly you're anxious. Someone's angry, and you feel it in your chest. You're an empath, you're sensitive, you're attuned, and it's destroying you because you haven't learned how to filter. Tonight, we're building that filter. Imagine a protective membrane around you that lets love through but blocks toxicity, that allows genuine connection but repels manipulation. that keeps you open to people without leaving you completely exposed to their chaos. You can care about people without carrying their emotional baggage. You can be present without being a dumping ground. You can love without losing yourself. Ask for the grace to say no, because that's your weakest muscle right now, isn't it? The ability to set a boundary, decline a request, disappoint someone without crumbling under the weight of guilt. You say yes when you mean no. You overextend when you're already empty. You sacrifice your own needs to meet everyone else's, and then you resent them for it, which is unfair to them or to you, because they did unforce you. You volunteered, but saying no without guilt is a skill you can learn. It's not selfish. It doesn't mean, it's just honest. And the people who truly love you will respect it. The ones who don't, those are the ones you needed to filter out anyway. Practice it in small ways. No, I can't make that meeting. No, I need tonight to myself. No, that doesn't work for me. Feel the discomfort. Sit with the guilt. Notice that the world doesn't end. Notice that people survive your boundaries. Notice that the relationships that matter actually get stronger when you stop pretending to be infinite. Let's address the gaslighting, the way someone convinced you that your reality wasn't real, that what you experienced didn't happen, or didn't happen the way you remember it, or wasn't as bad as you're making it out to be. The way they made you doubt your own mind, your own perceptions, your own right to feel what you feel. That is violence. Subtle, invisible violence that doesn't leave bruises but leaves you fractured inside, second-guessing everything, unable to trust yourself, and you're still carrying the effects of it. You still question your instincts. You still wonder if you're overreacting, being too sensitive, making things up. You're not. Your reality is real. Your experience is valid. Your feelings are legitimate. And the person who tried to convince you otherwise was operating from their own brokenness, not from truth. You don't need their validation to know what happened to you. You were there. You know. Trust yourself. Learn to discern between sincere feedback and destructive criticism, because not all criticism is created equal. Some of it comes from people who genuinely want you to grow, who see your potential and want to help you reach it. That feedback feels clarifying, even when it stings. It points you towards something better. But destructive criticism, that's different. It comes from people who want to cut you down, who are threatened by your light, who need you small to feel big themselves. It doesn't build it, only tears down. It doesn't clarify it, only confuses. It doesn't help it, only hurts. You need to know the difference. And you need to give weight only to the voices that have earned your trust, that have proven they have your best interests at heart, that speak truth seasoned with love instead of weapons disguised as honesty. Find peace in your complex relationships. The family dynamics will never be simple. The parent who loves you but doesn't understand you, the sibling you're jealous of and protective of in equal measure, the friend who's been there forever but maybe isn't good for you anymore, the partner who means well but keeps hurting you in the same ways. These relationships aren't black and white. They're not all good or all bad. They're human, messy, complicated, and you don't have to resolve them all tonight. You don't have to fix them or leave them or figure out the perfect balance. You just have to give yourself permission to feel conflicted, to love imperfectly, to stay or go based on what's actually best for you, not what you think you owe them. Release the exhausting need to people please, the constant shape-shifting to be whatever whoever needs you to be, the scanning of faces to see if they approve, the editing of yourself in real time to be more likable, more agreeable, less threatening, less much. You've been doing this so long, you're not even sure who you are when no one's watching. But tonight, no one's watching, and you don't have to perform. You don't have to earn acceptance. You don't have to twist yourself into knots to make other people comfortable. You can just be unedited, unfiltered, unapologetically yourself. And if that version of you isn't universally loved, that's okay. Universal love isn't the goal. Peace is. Authenticity is. And you, Kuant, have either while you busy being everyone's favorite version of you except your own. Set boundaries as a form of self-respect and spiritual dignity. Because boundaries aren't walls, they're thresholds. They're not about keeping love out there, about keeping harm out so love has room to grow. When you set a boundary, you're saying, I matter, my needs matter, my peace matters, and that's not selfish, that's sacred. You teach people how to treat you by what you allow, and you've been allowing too much access, too much demand, too much disrespect disguised as familiarity. Tonight, we recalibrate, we reset the standard. We decide that your time, your energy, your mental space, they're valuable. And not everyone gets unlimited access just because they want it. Calm the hypersensitivity to rejection. The way a cancelled plan feels like a referendum on your worth. The way being left on read spirals into evidence that you're unlovable. The way not being invited to something makes you question every friendship you have. Your nervous system is on high alert for any sign of abandonment, and it's finding threats that aren't there. Not every no is a rejection of you. Sometimes people are busy. Sometimes plans change. Sometimes they're dealing with their own stuff, and it has nothing to do with you. You are not the center of everyone else's universe, and that's actually a relief. Their actions are about them, not about your value. Stop taking everything personally. Most things aren't personal, they're just life being life. Let's pray for the villains. The difficult people who occupy way too much real estate in your mind. The ones you will replay conversations with. The ones you imagine confronting. The ones you're still angry at, still hurt by, still waiting for apologies from that will probably never come. Pray for them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve the freedom. Pray that they find peace so they stop spreading chaos. Pray that they heal so they stop hurting people. Pray that whatever wound in them made them wound you gets addressed by someone other than you, and then release them. Not with a blessing, not with forgiveness, you don't feel yet, just with release. They don't get to live rent-free in your head anymore. They don't get to steal your rest. Trust that your reputation is safe in God's hands while you sleep. That the people who matter will see the truth of who you are. That the people who don't, their opinions were never worth protecting anyway. You don't have to manage everyone's perception of you. You don't have to control the narrative. You don't have to defend yourself to people who've already decided what they think. Your character speaks for itself. Your actions over time tell the truth, and the right people will see it. The rest, let them think what they think. It's not your job to correct every misconception or convince every doubter. Your job is to sleep, to rest, to trust that truth has a way of surfacing without your constant management. Turn your attention to your body, the physical form that has carried you through everything, often without acknowledgement or thanks. It's tired, it's stressed, running on fumes and force of will. Tonight, give it permission to heal. Your circadian rhythm is broken. You've been overriding it with coffee and willpower and the blue light of screens, telling your brain it's still daytime at midnight. Your body doesn't know when it's supposed to sleep anymore. It's confused, dysregulated, running on emergency protocols because rest never comes when it's promised. Tonight, we reset. We tell your body that it's safe to sleep now, that the day is actually over. The sun has actually set, and it's time to shift into repair mode. Your pineal gland can release melatonin. Your core temperature can drop. Your metabolism can slow. Every system in your body can stop performing and start healing. Invite healing into your cells, into the mitochondria that produce energy, membranes that protect each cell, and the DNA that rebuilds. While you sleep, let your body work, fighting off invaders, repairing damage, consolidating memories, making hormones, clearing toxins, growing, and healing in ways you may never witness but will always benefit from. Trust your body to do what it knows how to do. It's been keeping you alive without your conscious input your entire life. Your heart has been beating without you telling it to. Your lungs have been breathing. Your immune system has been fighting battles you didn't even know were happening. Your body knows how to heal. It just needs you to get out of the way and let it work. Lower your cortisol. The stress hormone that's been flooding your system for so long feels normal. The chemical signature of chronic stress that's kept you in survival mode, ready to fight or flee, unable to rest or digest or think clearly. Cortisol has its place, saves your life in actual emergencies. But your body has been treating every email, every deadline, every difficult conversation like an emergency, and it's destroying you. Tonight, we signal safety. We tell your adrenal glands they can stand down. We tell your hypothalamus that the threat is past. We shift from sympathetic to parasympathetic, from stress response to relaxation response, from survival to thriving. Feel your cortisol levels dropping. Feel your adrenaline fading. Feel your body finally exhaling the breath it's been holding for months. If you've experienced panic attacks, if your nervous system is burned out from too many false alarms, tonight is about recovery. About teaching your body that not every racing heart is a heart attack. Not every shallow breath is suffocation. Not every moment of fear is actual danger. Your nervous system has been traumatized by stress, and it needs gentle recalibration. Breathe slowly. deeply, in through your nose, filling your belly first, then your chest. Hold it gently, then release through your mouth, letting everything go. Each breath is a message to your nervous system. You're safe, you're okay. The danger isn't real. You can relax now. Cleanse your lungs. Imagine each inhale bringing in pure, clean oxygen that feeds every cell, light that illuminates every shadow. And each exhale carries out the pollution, the stress, the heaviness you've been breathing in from the world around you. Your lungs are processing not just air, but energy, and tonight they're releasing everything that doesn't serve you. Your heart, it's been working so hard, beating fast, beating anxiously, carrying the physical weight of emotional stress. Place your hand on your chest if you want. Feel it beating. Thank you for not giving up on yourself, even when you pushed too hard. Ask it to slow down now, to find its resting rhythm, to beat with ease instead of urgency. Hand your chronic pain to the ultimate healer. The back pain is from sitting too long. The headaches from tension. The joint pain is from inflammation. The mysterious aches that doctors can't quite explain, but you feel every day. You've been managing it, medicating it, ignoring it, pushing through it. Tonight, give it over. Ask for relief. Ask for healing. Ask for the kind of sleep that wakes you feeling better instead of worse. Your physical exhaustion, the bone-deep tiredness that sleep doesn't seem to place it in divine hands. Because you're not just physically tired, you're existentially tired, soul tired. Tired in ways that 8 hours of sleep could unsolve, because the problem is just rest deprivation. It's life under late-stage capitalism. It's existing in a culture that treats humans like machines. It's the grinding weight of everything we've been discussing. But healing is possible. Restoration is real. And it starts with admitting you need it and asking for it, and then creating the space for it to happen. Pray for a mind free of nightmares, for sleep that's peaceful, not plagued by anxiety dreams where you're late for everything, unprepared for tests, losing your teeth, being chased by nameless threats. Your subconscious processes stress through dreams, but tonight, ask for mercy. Ask for rest that's actually restful. Ask for dreams that heal instead of disturb, or ask for no dreams at all, just deep, black, peaceful nothing. If visions come, let them be divine ones. Messages of hope, glimpses of future joy, reminders of who you really are beneath all the noise. Let your sleep be a sanctuary not just for your body but for your spirit. Rest your eyes. They've been staring at screens all day, straining under blue light, trying to focus on pixels that were never meant to hold human attention for hours. Your eyes are tired. The muscles around them are tense. The nerves behind them are overstimulated. Close them now. Feel the relief of darkness. Feel the absence of input. Let them rest completely. Let them recover. Let them be ready tomorrow to see the world clearly again, instead of through the fog of exhaustion. Visualize a protective cocoon of light around your bed. Pure white light, or gold, or whatever color feels safe to you. This cocoon is impermeable to negativity, to bad energy, to harm of any kind. Inside it, you're completely protected. Nothing can reach you here. No intrusive thoughts. No bad dreams. No anxiety. No fear.